Hello guys and gals and welcome! So I had an idea for a Theorycraft today. I was doing the videos, my skills and abilities videos, and it just came to me, and I was thinking to myself, I'm like, we need to do a Theorycraft. This will be fun. We can do a Theorycraft on a porcupine druid. And I'm going to take Mr. Dusty Buns, and we're going to put them down here for right now. Now, what I have decided, which was pretty cool, is I think I figured out how to make a Thorns Druid work. I think I may have figured it out, but we got to build it, and that's the part that's going to be a little difficult. So we actually have to build this and play around with it, and we're going to have to do this up on Hero Editor, and Hero Editor's so small on the screen. Oh God, I don't think there's any way I can bring this, make this bigger either. Alright, well first off, we need to create a character anyway, so let's get this part done. So let me go ahead and exit out of here. We're going to pull up original Diablo. Yes, original Diablo. The Diablo of originality. We need to create our character, so we're going to grab a Druid, and we're going to name him GGM underscore porcupine. Alright. We make him, we save him, we exit. That's it. That's all we gotta do there. And now we need to edit him on Hero Editor. Now, I would like to make this bigger for you guys so you can actually see it. I might have to temporarily mess around with this, which I usually don't like to do, but for the sake of letting you guys see what the hell I'm doing, I guess there's really no other option. A little bit smaller. Alright, that should work. Okay, so we gotta edit up our boy here. We gotta get everything finished. And that way we can get over there. No, get over there. Get over there. Alright, so let's go ahead and open our boy here. We just created him, so we're going to have to go find him real quick. I actually have shortcuts to the Diablo folder so that I can find this stuff easy. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and delete all the stuff that's on this character, and we're going to be adding in a bunch of stuff. So first off, we might as well give him a torch. I mean, that's pretty much a no-brainer. This is using my item pack, by the way, if you guys haven't downloaded it. It's super great for doing these theory crafts where you can, you know, figure out what the hell's going on. Let's grab class items, a Druid, and we're going to grab the Druid Hellfire Torch. We're also going to be utilizing shapeshifter skillers. So let me go ahead and give myself a bunch of shapeshifter skillers. Oh, no, sorry, not shapeshifter. Summoning. Summoning skillers. So we're going to grab skillers, Druid, and we're going to grab a bunch of what the hell is it? It's summon skillers. So summon skillers are the only thing that's going to bring up our spirit of the barbs, and we need as many of those as we can get our hands on. Everything else I really don't care about, because that's just icing on the cake at that point. And let's go ahead and grab I don't know, life resistance charms. It'll make our life easier, at least, so we don't have to worry about things too much in terms of, like, survivability, which we can figure out later. Survivability can always be figured out later. This is really just a matter of proof of the pudding, so to speak. We want to make sure and see that it's actually doable before we go through the process of, like, actually building it within the game. So we need an Annie. Let's go ahead and put one more of those there. And we need some equipment. So I actually tossed and turned over this and tried to figure out what the hell I would put in the place of the weapon slot. And I came to the conclusion that I had to have amplify damage. I have to have it. And it needs to be good amplify damage, not pardon my French. It needs to be good amplify damage, not poopy amplify damage, all right? So there's only one choice. Believe it or not, the only choice that we have as far as amplify damage goes that is a good amplify damage source that will happen often enough that we can have it up on a regular basis is actually something I had never considered until today. And I think it's the key to making this build work. So in the rune words, in the weapons, and believe it or not, the item that we're looking for is actually brand. So we need a brand bow. So we're going to have to make this in a very good base, something that's not, garbage. And the only way to do that is a fast base. So we want something that attacks quickly. And there is very little in the way of options as far as bows go. I actually looked this up in advance, and the bow that we're looking at, or we're looking for, is the Great Bow. Because it is a -10 base, it is the fastest bow with the best average damage of 32. The other choice is the Blade Bow, which also is -10, but it has an average damage of 31. So it's really just a matter of choosing between the Blade or the Great Bow. And I think that the Great Bow is probably going to do us better because it does have slightly higher average damage. It also has pretty low dex requirement, which we really don't want dex anyway, whereas the Blade Bow has a very high dex requirement by comparison. So it'll work out to our advantage. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're just going to like rekajigger this. If you guys have never rekajiggered an item, it's really easy. What you do is you go into the base item code, but you have to close this first. You need to take the item and put it into the item hand slot right here. You go here and you go to general edit of item in extra windows. You click on item code, item types code, and then you go through here and you find the base that you want to use. So we can either use the Blade Bow or we could use the Giant Bow, which doesn't really matter. They're both viable options. I believe the Blade Bow was the correct one. It's going to warn you that the sockets may change. You're going to click yes here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go down to the number of sockets, and you're going to make sure that that is set to the correct number, which is 4. And then you're going to save the modified item, and then you will have a modified item right there with the correct stats that you need. Now, we also need a subset for summoning monsters, so we need to be able to summon them at a higher level. So this is pretty simple stuff. We're going to need a spirit shield for summoning purposes. So let's just go ahead and grab a spirit monarch. And we're going to need a plus to skill weapon. +3 to skills would be Hoto. So we're going to grab the Hoto weapon specifically for summoning our army. We could potentially use a CTA, but we need this on swap because this needs to be our main weapon. And the CTA is not going to allow us to use this. Now, if we wanted to, we could go ahead and add a CTA just for, amusement purposes, because if we do find ourselves in a situation where the minions are doing terrible, we might want to just go ahead and grab one. So I'll throw one in here as a precaution. We need as many summoning skills as we can possibly get, and Delirium is the only way that you can get like ridiculously high summoning skills. But the problem with Delirium is that it would overwrite our Thorns, and we don't want that to happen. So we don't want any Thorns being, we don't want our amplify damage to be overwritten. If our amplify damage gets overwritten, things will go bad. So we need the amp to be up basically 100% of the time, all the time, to make this viable. And unfortunately, Delirium does not allow us to do that. And there's very few other options that we could potentially go with, unfortunately. I was considering actually Metamorphosis, specifically because Metamorphosis is +5 to shapeshifter skills, which would help us, like in our I'm trying to think here what word I would use. Multi build, because it's a multi-spectral, a multi-spec build. We have two different ways that this goes. Metamorphosis is all shapeshifting though, and does not have any plus to skills for what we need, which would require us to have like the most epic freaking metamorphosis helmet like known to man. The only other option I can think of is a lore helmet with the proper skills. A lore helmet with the proper skills would give us technically 4, which is better than 2. Another option would be a blue, like a blue helmet. Like maybe if we, like let's just do that. That sounds like the best option. It would be kind of rare and hard to find, but it definitely is the best option. And we don't even know if this is going to work. Like, I hate to say it, but we don't even know if this is going to work. So we're going to be testing this under the assumption that it does not work. So let's take a socketed white base. Let's go to the armors, or sorry, no, helmets. Elite, and it's not in here because of course I put them in a different place, didn't I? Yeah, Druid pelts, elite pelts. Let's just go ahead and grab a blood spirit right here, and then we're going to edit the skills. Items quality level. Let's turn it into a magically enhanced. I can't even remember if I can modify it like that. Alright, magic prefix and magic suffix. Oh, I hate looking up these things. So we need, ideally +2 to Druid. Which is... trying to remember the modifier. Okay, so according to this, it's trainers. I can't even frickin' see it. Borley, stalwart. There's so many frickin' modifiers in here. It's insane. Trainers, caretakers, keepers. There we go. So keepers. Save, modify. I'm tempted just to because actually making this helmet is going to be a pain in the butt. Let's just add the effects. That way we don't have to worry about this. The easiest way to do this is just to roll down to the magic, click on the magic attributes, and just add what you need to add. So what we're going to be adding is Spirit of the Barbs. So we need Spirit of the Barbs bonus, and of course I passed right by it. There we go. So we need +3 Spirit of the Barbs. That's a given. And then everything else that's on here, honestly, doesn't really matter all that much. We don't want fire claws. You can put like grizzly. If you were to find like a perfect one, it would be grizzly. It's probably summon grizzly, actually, now that I think about it. There you go. So it would be a +3 summon grizzly. And then the third modifier would just simply be tab skills. So we can go down here. We could look for tab skills. And then we're going to go to summon. And we're going to type in 3, which is going to make this a +6 helmet. So it should be +6 when it's finished. +3 to summoning, a +3 to summon Grizzly, +3 to Spirit of the Barbs. And of course you could have something else on there too, but good luck trying to find that. It's probably absolutely insane. And then for the rest of the equipment, it's pretty much just lots of plus to skill equipment, like everything in the world that you can imagine. I mean, we could go generic on this. Generic is fine. We can just grab a generic amulet. So in this particular case, I'm just going to grab a Mara's Kaleidoscope. We need a Soj. All the plus the skills that we can get. We don't care about pretty much anything else at this point, so it's pretty much just plus the skills, plus the skills, plus the skills. So we could also do a BK. In fact, BK might be better, but you know what? We'll mix it up. I'll do one Soj and we'll do one BK, and then we're also going to throw in, of course, another plus the skill for the belt. So we're going to grab the Arachnid's Mesh, specifically because we need as many plus skills as we can get. For the gloves, I guess it really doesn't matter too much what gloves we use. So, trying to think like what specifically we want here. We don't really need mana. We don't really need faster cast, although faster cast is certainly not terrible. Physical damage isn't awful. We are going to be attacking, but it's not like we're going to be like ridiculously, in there, like doing our thing. It's just going to be something that we're going to be in there trying to stay alive, I guess would be the correct term. So like, we can't do life tap gauntlets because that would overwrite our amp. What's up, Woogie? Alright, so what gloves do we want to put on this boy? We're probably going to have issues with attack rating. So maybe we should just go with a pair of lava gouts. What's up, Scott? You know what, for right now, let's just throw some lava gouts on there. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. As for the boots, we are going to be a melee character, so we're actually going to be hitting things. So a little bit of open wounds, a little bit of whatever might not just necessarily be terrible. I don't know. Let's just do... let's just do the frickin' Gore Riders for right now. It's a safety choice. As for the armor, there's a whole lot of different things that we could do for the armor. +2 to skills is really the imperative here. If it doesn't have +2 to skills, it's not worth using because we need as many + to skills as we can get. And, I mean, I hate to do this. I don't normally do this. It's not something that I like to do because I like to go with different pieces of armor. But Enigma might be the right choice for this, for the Summon Druid, just simply because he has so many minions, and the minions are rather uncontrollable. So in this particular case, I think Enigma might be the right choice. So we're just going to go ahead and throw an Enigma on here. Now, that's his equipment. We also need equipment for the Mercenary. So the Mercenary is going to be using the edge bow, which is going to give us a large percentage of our thorns. And we need a particularly good edge bow for her. So she's going to be using an edge bow, not in a Hydra, because Hydra is very slow. We want her to be attacking as quickly as possible. So we're going to edit that, and we're going to change the base. Same way we did ours, and we're going to change that to a blade bow. We want it to be nice and fast. We don't care about the damage. So blade bow, yes, and then we're going to verify that the sockets are correct, same as we did the other one. They're not. Blade bow is Raltier Am, right? So it's a 3-socket rune word. So there we go. We got our blade edge bow. Now the edge bow doesn't really do a lot of damage, but it does give thorns, and that's the important thing. We're also going to be decking her out with a bramble. So let's go ahead and grab a Bramble F Archon plate. Now this, I don't think gives her any form of life leech, which is unfortunate, but we can always give her some + to skills here, or just some life leech in general. Helmets, probably something to help keep her alive, to be honest. As much as I do like Duriel's Visage, I think we might be better off with where is it? Vamp Gaze. I think we might be better off with an Eth Vamp Gaze for her. Alright, so this pretty much finishes off the equipment part of this. And let's go ahead and save him. Now we need to make sure he's leveled up, so let's just go ahead and make him level 95, which is a good level to end at. Hell difficulty, we need to make sure all his quests are batched, so long finished on his quests. We need to get his skill points correct. So he is going to be level 95, so 94 skill points, +4, +4, +4, which brings us to 106. So 106 skill points remaining. Save. Let's give him all the waypoints so that we can actually go places and test stuff. We also need to do his stats real quick. So law 94 times 5 plus 15 is 485 stat points. And then the last thing we got to do is his, unfortunately, is his level up stats. For some reason or another, that never works in Hero Editor. It doesn't automatically apply level up stats. So we have to go in and look and see how many points the Druid gets per level. So as you can see right here, the Druid gets 1 vitality. Sorry, not level. Gets 1.5 hit points per level up, 1 stamina per level up, and 2 mana per level up. All right, so basically what we do there is we just calculate out his correct stats. So it's 1.5 hit points per level. So 94 levels times 1.5 plus the original HP, which is 54. So he should have 194 base, or 95 base. His mana is 2 per level. So we take 94 times 2 plus the base, which is 20. So he's at 208 for mana. And then stamina is 1 per level, so 84 plus 94. So he's sitting at 178 stamina. And then we max the gold so that we have something to spend, and that's about it. Now that we got him saved, we're going to go ahead and close this. And I just need to transfer him over to D2R. We're going to pull up the game, and we're going to play with him. I think it's going to work out, but I don't know. This is something that, honestly, I've never been able to get to work properly. But I think my intuition is telling me that this might actually work. Even in Players 8, mind you, which sounds pretty crazy, but I think it'll work even in Players 8. Oh yeah, you're right. She can use the Amazon bow, but I don't really think it's going to make too much of a difference. All right, I need to fix the game here so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Yep, transform, fit the screen. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so we've got all of our equipment on. Did the helmet turn out correct? It did. It has 3 sockets in it for some reason. That's not possible, but... Looks like we've got our stats, we've got our skills. So looks like everything's in order. Let's go ahead and grab some potions. Alright, so first things first, we gotta actually build this guy. So let's get enough stats so we can actually put our equipment on. Alright. Okay, now we're looking good. And then we can pretty much just dump everything left directly into Vitality, which is going to give us a pretty huge life pool. Alright, we need a Fire Merc, not an Ice Merc. This is very important. The Freezing Arrow will slow monsters down. We don't want to slow monsters down in any way, shape, or form if we can avoid it. The 10% slows target on my Arachnid's Mesh is just going to have to go because there's no other +1 skill built. But other than that, I don't have any other form of slows target from any other attacks. And I don't want my Mercenary to have any slows target as well. Let's go with Heather. What's up, Heather? We have some equipment for you, Heather. First off, you're going to get a Bramble. This is going to give her level 21 Thorns. Sorry, my lights just decided to spaz out. Apparently there are ghosts. There's lots of ghosts. The level 21 Thorns is going to be a pretty big boon for her, for the whole group, actually. Then she's also using the Edge Blade Bow. As you can see, very low damage on the Edge Blade Bow. But it does have level 15 Thorns, which is the most important thing. And then, of course, we're going to give her the Vamp Gaze. Honestly, the most important thing is that she doesn't die. That's all that we really need from her, is stay alive and not die. I also am using her for Prevent Monster Heal. So the Blade Bow, this does have Prevent Monster Heal when you look at it. So it's Prevent Monster Heal. Actually, she can't apply Prevent Monster Heal. Who am I kidding? Yeah, okay, well, whatever.
I'll put that to good use.
It doesn't matter anyway because the Brand Bow also has Prevent Monster Heal on it, and that's what I'm going to be counting on for myself. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our summoning skills put in. So first off, obviously, we want Spirit of the Barbs. So we're going to max out Spirit of the Barbs. It is currently at level 46, which is pretty damn insane. 1,427 is what it says for the attacker takes damage of. I know you guys can't see it because I'm in the way. But 1,427 attacker takes damage of, which is pretty darn sweet. And we're also going to swap over to our alternative set, which is going to allow us to summon him at level 51, which is now 1,652 attacker takes damage of. But that's not all. So the Thorns that she has is also going to apply attacker takes damage to everybody as well, which means we are now sitting at a massive 2,090 attacker takes damage of, which is absolutely freaking massive. And Thorns also has a damaged return when you are hit, which is on top of the attacker takes damage of. Now that damage return is going to be level 21 plus level 15, which we can actually pull this up on Amazon Basin, which has all the numbers. So if we go to Amazon Basin Thorns, which is where I like to look for the really high level stuff, we are currently looking at, what was it, 21 plus 15, so 36, so level 36 Thorns, which at level 36 we are looking at a damage return of 1,650, which is pretty damn good. That is going to apply to everybody, everything. The Spirit of the Barbs applies to everybody. The Thorns applies to everybody. So we currently have a pretty massive 2,090 attacker takes damage of, with a damage return percentage from the Thorns as well. But that's not enough. That actually won't kill anything, believe it or not. So we need more. So we're going to grab the army, which is pretty much a no-brainer at this point. Let me go ahead and put my points in for the bear form first, because that's what I'm going to be using on this, is the bear form. So I'm going to put 1 point into each of the werebear and the maul. We are not going to put a point in shockwave. The reason why we're not going to put a point in shockwave is because if they are stunned, they're not attacking, and if they're not attacking, they're not taking Thorns damage. So shockwave is useless to us. So 1 point in werebear and 1 point in maul is pretty much all we need here. And then we also, of course, need our point in lycanthropy, which leaves us 80 skill points. Woo, 80 skill points. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 skills to max out. So we don't have enough points, unfortunately, to max everything. But we're going to do our best. What we're actually also going to grab is 1 point in the Poison Creeper, which is going to get us a level 29 Poison Creeper. Now, there's a very specific reason why we need the Poison Creeper. We need the Poison Creeper to poison things, not to do damage, but to prevent regeneration. Regeneration is the main enemy of all Thorns-based damage. Because what happens is even if the Thorns-based damage hits a target for a pretty significant portion of their health, more often than not, they will regenerate. So we need a weapon that, number one, is going to prevent them from regenerating, and number two, is going to dish out a little bit of damage in return. So the Poison Creeper is going to act as a way that we can try to prevent monsters from regenerating. The second way that we're going to do that is through the Brand Bow, which also has the Prevent Monster Heal on it and the Open Wounds coming from the Gore Rider's Boots. So we have 3 different ways that we are going to try to prevent monsters from regenerating, which will hopefully help the Thorns work better. So 1 point, unfortunately, is all I can spare for him, because if I put any more than that, I won't be able to max out the other summons, and we do need all the summons. So we're going to go ahead and drop points in all these. The bear is the most important because that is our damage output. Which one is it? The direwolf is the second most important because that is your life. So you need as much life as you can possibly get for your minions. And then honestly, the spirit wolf and the ravens, it's really just up to you. You could choose the ravens first for damage output, or you could choose the spirit wolf one way or the other. But you're probably just going to try and max out both of them. What I would probably do is max points in the ravens and then throw the spirit wolves last. And unfortunately, we don't have enough points to cap the spirit wolves, but that's fine because the spirit wolves are just attack rating. And we don't really need like too ridiculously much attack rating. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our bear form set up for F1. Actually, no, yeah, let's do F7, that's what I was doing the other day. Alright, so we want ravens, we want wolves, we want spirit wolves, and we want our spirit of the barbs, and of course our poison creeper. So let's get everything summoned, and you want to make sure that you're summoning everything with your summoning set. So this is your summoning set. When you summon them, you're going to summon them at their full power level, basically. This is going to give you more damage output by summoning them this way. And we definitely want higher damage output. And then you transform back, you switch back into your bow. With this, we are rocking level 51 bear, 48 dire wolf, 47 spirit wolf, 48 raven, level 29 poison creeper, level 51 spirit of the barbs, level, what is that, 37 or 36 thorns, which is pretty darn freaking awesome. And we're going to be in there attacking with the brand bow. That's what we're going to be hitting with. So we're going to go in there. We're actually going to hit stuff. Let me go ahead and grab my maul. And we really don't have much else to put on our right click, so let's throw our ravens on there. And let's check and see how this works. So brand bow has a special effect that has a 35% chance to apply a level 14% amplify damage when I am struck. Which is what I'm personally counting on to get that amp damage running. Everything else is going to be up to chance. Alright, and then we've got our amp running. Not sure how the hell our bear just died. And I'm pretty sure this is P8, but let me just double check. Yes, we are on P8 right now. I never summoned the grizzly, that's what it was. As you can see with the brand bow, it's very reliable to get that amp up running. Super duper reliable to get the amp up. Unfortunately, maul stuns things too. That is some pretty impressive. That's some pretty impressive doojankery right there, I'm not gonna lie. Oh yeah, that's right, we can throw teleport on the other hand. Let's take this somewhere a little more spicy, like Chaos Sanctuary, shall we? Oh my god, will you transform? I couldn't get my transformation off. Oh, there goes the merc. Now it's just the spirit of the barbs without the thorns. Now, what your job is as a bear in this particular scenario is not to actually dish out damage. Your job is just to run around bonking things. You want to hit one time and you want to move on. What are you doing? You're applying prevent monster heal. That's literally all you're doing. Maul, unfortunately, stuns the targets, which is not what I want. Let me go res my merc real quick. It seems like without the amp, it's not really quite working out so well. Her staying alive is pretty imperative to the whole process. If she can't stay alive, then it's not going to work out.
What do you need?
Usually, she doesn't have an issue. But it could be because I teleported in there and kind of like got her killed. Yeah, I was thinking about that because of the stun on the bear. Now, unfortunately, some monsters like this Seath Wipe the Slayer, they don't attack. They don't have a melee attack, really, so, like, they're not going to do the same things. I'm trying to get amp up. It's a 35% chance to cast level 14 amplified damage. There you go. Not only does amp increase the speed, killing speed of the army, obviously. It also increases the killing speed of the Thorns as well. So it's a double-edged sword. We're on P8. Frickin' Decrepify, man. There you go. All it took me is to go in there, get bonked a couple times. Then I've got my level 14 amplified damage up, which lasts for a freaking long ass time. Micromanage my army a little bit. Tap that guy, get him in the prevent monster heal state. There we go. Got our prevent monster heal again. Just keep resummoning as necessary. Spirit went down. Resummon. Amp is down, so I'm going to come back in here and let him hit me so I can get re-amped up.
Impossible.
So I'm actually thinking here that the Ravens might not be a good choice for this build. So the Ravens, although they do really nice damage, and I'm not going to say that they don't, they're also overriding my amplified damage with blind. And the amplified damage is giving me a massive amount of more physical damage. Now granted, when the Ravens are attacking a particular target, like, does it really matter that that target's not amped? I guess if all the Ravens are coming down on one target, it probably is going to die anyway, but... I mean, if I took the points that I spent on the Raven and refund them and spend it on the Poison Creeper instead, I could potentially get more damage out of the Poison Creeper and potentially more survivability, which I don't know if that would necessarily be a good thing or a bad thing, but it would prevent regeneration more. Brand is for the amp, specifically. And also, the Mercenary Prevent Monster Heal does not work. Prevent Monster Heal doesn't work on the Mercenary at all, unfortunately. I don't think these guys trigger Thorns. That would only affect me, though. That's the thing, Sage Necro. So I'm trying to beef up the army to the maximum level. So the current attacker takes damage of is applying to the entire army, not just myself. If I build up the damage to like everything else, yeah, I could potentially make for some interesting alternatives, but the problem with that is that then I'm reducing the amount of thorns on the army and increasing the amount of thorns on myself. Which, I mean, if I go with that kind of a build, that's a different build entirely. I usually use Blade Thorn on my Cactus character. Honestly, for P8, this is actually doing surprisingly good. I'm not even gonna lie. It's actually way better than I think I thought it was gonna be. The monsters that don't have an attack, though, like this guy who won't trigger thorns, the Stormcasters that don't trigger thorns, etc. There's several monsters that just don't trigger thorns. Like, they're a little bit annoying.
Impossible.
Okay, frickin' Spirit Mask. Let's go ahead and spawn Infector. I mean, Lord Decease right on top of everything. Why not? He got me with a stray bullet. That was hilarious. And there goes the whole character. We're going back down there on Anchor. Let's take one of these out so I can actually grab a one single scroll of Town Portal. Self-preservation issues are coming into play because I'm trying to get hit, which is, you know, not necessarily the best idea in the world, but it actually is what I have to do. So with Brand, you kind of like have to get hit because it's a 35% chance to spawn your level 14 amp damage, which is exactly what you want. You want to spawn that amp damage. I wonder if I could even make it there. Kind of curious. I mean, I guess in P8, this would be a little painful. The Urdars seem to be killing themselves, though. Pretty quickly as well, even for just, like, these low-level Thorns and the low-level Spirit. Wow, it's actually not bad at all. Yeah, F Lacerator does have a 33% chance to cast. It's another choice. The reason why I chose Brand over that was because the Brand Bow has Prevent Monster Heal on it, which I felt like would be better in general. Also, technically, the hit causes monster to flee will overwrite the amp, unfortunately. see how I like. Yeah, but like I said, it also has hit causes monster flee that will overwrite the amp. The other important thing is that Brandbow also has ITD on it, which means I don't actually have to worry about attack rating and hitting the target. Trying to suffer through here. The problem here is the regeneration. I don't have the prevent monster heal anymore. I was running around tagging the targets, so he's regenerating, taking damage, regenerating, taking damage, regenerating, taking damage. It is actually doing fairly well though. I'm kind of surprised. For me being naked, it's actually not half bad. Get these boys surrounded over here. Unfortunately, the vine just doesn't have a high enough level to be entirely useful here. Keeps ending up getting killed. They pretty much just one-shot him. Alright. Let's see if we can make it to the door without having to fight everything in the world. Oh no, the merc bit it. We need the merc. We're gonna make it back to our body one way or another. Look at all those beautiful maggot babies. Look at all those beautiful maggot babies. Oh, maggot babies, oh, maggot babies. Can you see all my beautiful maggot babies? I have an infinite number of maggot babies just for you. Oh, maggot babies, oh, maggot babies. Why don't you come closer to me? I want to cuddle and hold your hair, and then I'll make sure that there is enough dead bodies to eat for the maggot lair. That's actually pretty impressive damage for like just no skill, no equipment at all, really. Wish I could squeeze through here so I could get my body. Let's try summoning a couple of Doojanks in here. Oh yeah, they do. Oh my god, another pack. Hey, oh look, there's even more. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. Wah 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 wah. I pushed in too hard. Too hard and too far. Alright, let's get our body back and let's actually play around with this seriously. I was just curious to see how it would work without my body, but so be it. What's up, Christopher Leslie? Oops. Did I do that? Yeah, Enigma seems like, I don't know if it was really a good choice for this, seeing as how I can't teleport in bear form, which basically makes it into a meh option, I guess, sort of. Probably would have been better with chains. Probably, yeah, probably would have been better with chains. Alright, let's go somewhere fun. Kenya the Magi. That sounds like fun. It's actually really interesting because not only does the amplify damage obviously work extremely well to enhance the damage of my army specifically, but also very well to enhance the damage of the Thorns to boot. God, this is actually pretty dang good P8 kill speed. Like, this is, for players 8, that kill speed is actually really freaking good. I'm curious to see what it's like on P1, now that we've seen P8. Like, what is P1 gonna be? Because he's killing stuff really freaking fast. Let's go to another zone so that they spawn P1. Let's get Frigid real quick. No, Confuse would overwrite the amplify damage, which would cause just more problems. The amplify damage is going to give us the biggest boon to our Thorns damage. I'll explain that in a second. What's the build? The Porcupine, that's the build. The Porcupine. Okay, well, that was absolute demolishment. It's basically a play on like a Thorns build, but I'm trying some interesting new little things here to see just how ridiculous I can make it. Alright. P1 is absolutely insanely easy, so let's just skip the P1 here. This build works 100% in P1. Like, I'm not even gonna contest that, even in the mildest form. Seems to absolutely demolish in P1. Where could we test this that would be more interesting? Uber Diablo sounds like fun. What if we tested this against Uber Diablo? Where is that character? This one? I think this is the one that has the Sojas, unless I deleted them all. Yeah, let's test this against Uber Diablo just for the laughs. Alright, summon up the army. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Alright.
At your service.
Got Uber Diablo. Boo boo ba doo 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 doo. Hey, we got a lot of extra monsters in here. Why are there so many extra monsters? Usually when you do this, it's nice and clean. Not today. Not today. It's not clean today. Alright. Now let's do this. Oh no, the merc died. What's up, guys? Poor wolves. They just can't hack it. Town to run to reset. I don't know. I was thinking about buying some potions and re-grabbing my merc. There was no reason why my merc should have died. I don't know why she died. And that's a big loss of my thorns. It's most of my thorns gone. He's prevent monster healed, but he could potentially regenerate everything by the time I get back. I don't know. Prevent monster heal is jankety on him specifically. keeps targeting the spirit specifically. I'm not sure if you guys have noticed that, but he keeps targeting the spirit like over everything else half the time. Micromanage. Heather, can you get out of there? Thank you. This is P8 over Diablo, by the way. We're gonna test this on P1 over Diablo. I just really wanted to see how, if he could even do P8 over Diablo. I wanted to just test. I also need to get amp on him. I totally forgot about that. I need him to hit me. Alright, that's actually one thing I didn't do, and that's actually could be why things are getting messed up here. I need him to proc the amp. So let's try this one more time with me procking the amp. I don't know if that's going to make a huge difference, but honestly, amp usually does make a huge difference, so... Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, now let's go grab our Merculurk. We need him to hit us so that we can proc the amp. That's the clincher here. Can't get him to proc the amp. And of course he kills the Merc. He's so focused on killing all the minions that he won't attack me. Like, he doesn't even see me, basically. Like, I'm not here. Which is actually kind of, you know, both a good thing and a bad thing, I guess, because he doesn't care that I'm here, so... There we go. He finally got amp. Let's see if that helps at all. I mean, he's dying. It's really slow, but he's dying. I feel like the amp has sped things up tremendously. Not only in terms of the physical damage that they're outputting, but every time he hits them, it seems to be putting a lot more damage back on him. Unfortunately, it took me like a freaking butt ton just to even get that amp up. Oh, there's a couple different amp on striking items, but they're so low level. And they have such low proc rates. I don't know. Let's see what I got. I mean, that was a P8, Players 8 Uber Diablo that I took out.
Hello.
A little painful, yeah. But it was still a P8 Uber Diablo, and I feel like that's a success. Let's test this out with a P1 Uber Diablo. So let's do this again. But this time, let's do a P1 Uber Diablo. Most people don't fight Uber Diablo on P8. That is like the strongest form, of course. So let's test it in his more weakened state. So let's go back down to gameplay. Let's change this to P1. Let's summon up our army again. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Need some more mana.
Yes. Yes, warrior.
Alright. I do have an amp damage item in here that we could use just for testing purposes. It's this level 1 amp damage, 5%. I don't even think I can hit him, though. You know what, to be honest with you? I don't really know. I don't really know if that's even a viable option, because it's pretty difficult for me to even hit him. Alright. So it's P1. Let's go. Come on, P1 Uber Diablo, let's go. Oh, it's a whole champion pack over here, huh? Well, good. I can probably get them to spawn me the amp. Come on, somebody hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me! Aw, it spawned over there. That's not what I wanted. He's already almost dead. Without the amp. That's honestly a pretty speedy Uber Diablo. I'm not even gonna lie. P1 Uber Diablo. Anybody want to like look back and see when I started and how long that actually took me? Certainly didn't feel very long.
What do you need?
How many of his attacks are physical? He has a couple physical attacks. He has like one cold touch ability, which literally
Good day.
is one of his main physical attacks, and it does pretty good damage. That would proc the Thorns. He also just regular attacks every now and then. Of course, he does have some spells and things like that that are not procking the effect. So, like, when he does the fire and when he does the various other things, he's not. But you'll see the Thorns effects actually appear on him when he attacks and he does the Thorns. So, I mean, it happens. It just doesn't happen as often as probably it would like. I wonder, You know what would be a really fun one is Uber Duriel. Let's do a Uber Duriel. I think I have a set, or at least I had made a set of doesn't really matter. We could just edit in an eyeball, like some keys. We'll just edit in some keys real quick. It's not a big deal. Alright, so let me pull up video items 3. I want to see how well he does against Duriel. I think this is a good test. Duriel hits fast and he hits hard. And he could potentially one-shot most of my mercs, which is perfectly fine, by the way, because I actually kind of want him to, right? So the general idea is to have him dish out as much freaking damage as he possibly can to my merc. Alright, we're going to throw in a couple key sets here. It should be in the miscellaneous part of my pack. I believe it's Quest, Uber Tristram. There we go. Destruction. Hate. And terror. Save. Alright, we gotta exit this. I gotta copy him over real quick. Alright, here we go. What is the best Sork build? I mean, that's objective. A lot of people really prefer Blizzard, though. It's definitely one of the top ones. There's a lot of fun Sork builds.
Good day.
How long is left in the season? Not very long at all. Ends on May the 4th. So, just a little while. A couple weeks. Oh. Well, I done messed up. You know why? Because I don't have a cube. We're going to have to go get a cube so we can actually summon him. We'll have to go roll through Halls of the Dead real quick. Oh, by the way, amplify damage in this build is not only good on them, it's also good on you. So, increased amplify damage, amplify damage increases physical damage taken. It also increases physical damage taken by them and physical damage taken by you. So if you have amp on you and they have amp on them and they hit you, they will take like quadruple the thorn damage. Like absolutely insane. We're gonna run some numbers here in a little bit after I fight Duriel. I wanna fight Duriel first before we start running numbers. This is P1 right now. I'm just trying to go grab the cube. Alright, we got our cube. I crafted around 3,000 amulets, nothing great so far. Maybe one for sold for 3k on JSP. Do you think that I should swap character for crafting? What's the minimum level? The minimum level for amulets is 93. 96 is fine. I mean, it's just completely and utterly random. 10. I mean, when you're crafting amulets, like, sometimes I swear I'll get like multiple Amazon or Assassin ones in a row or Druid ones in a row, and it like there seems to be some sort of pattern to it, but I don't really know. Crafting just seems really random, and you're just hoping for those godlike rolls. I mean, that's really all there is to it. There's the reason why they cost so much on JSP and other trading sites is because those godlike rolls are exactly that. They're freaking godlike. Alright. So now we got to do the thing. We got to get hate, a key of destruction, a key of terror. Furnace of Pain. Not the one we wanted. Key of Terror, Key of Hate, Key of Destruction. Not the one we wanted. Key of Terror, Key of Hate, Key of Destruction. I'm tempted to do this on P8. I don't know if I should do it on P8 or not. Let's big dog it and let's do it on P8. Let's see how it rolls. We're gonna big dog it, boys. We gonna big dog it. We gonna big dog it, yeah, we will. We gonna big dog it, oh yeah, yeah. Looking for bail. Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me. I need to be able to hit him at least once or twice to apply prevent monster heal. Well, actually, open wounds. He still doesn't have amp up, so he could be taking more damage than what he is taking right now. Yes, it only goes P8. So how player count works is it only actually makes the monster the player count when you actually spawn the monster. So since I hadn't gone into the portal yet and actually spawned him, he was P8. So as long as you're on P8 before you go in the portal, once you go in the portal and once you see him, then he is spawned at that difficulty that it was at when he spawned. Oh, he's got amp up. He's got amp. All right. Dude, he freaking melted. I'm not even gonna lie. That was insane how quickly he freaking died. P8 Duriel just like melted into oblivion. Uber Duriel melted into oblivion. Alright, let's go be a derp and see if we can find Let's go be a derp and see if we can find, what's his face. I kind of want to test him too.
Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me. 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 Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me.
Yes! Amp up. Oops.
Looks like he's regenerating.
Unfortunately. So I'm not able to keep the anti-regeneration on him like I did Duriel. He's slowly but surely regenerating his hit points back. Yep, there you go. He's regenerating again. I'm not really sure what to do about it, but he definitely has some pretty dang strong regeneration. It seems like the army is doing a pretty good job holding him down, but at the same time, they occasionally are missing him, and he's getting his regeneration off, which is making this whole fight into a slog. I wonder if I just down transformed and just fired my bow. Would I be able to hold him in his out of his regeneration this way? It's actually not a bad idea. I could just sit back and I can just fire the brand bow, and I can just take care of his regeneration this way. It seems to be working, as long as I'm attacking. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be able to maintain the amp. I don't have enough HP to get in there and get hit. Lost the merc.
Yeah, unfortunately, without the Thorns, it's just a steady regen race. It's not that we're not doing damage. We're doing damage. It's that we are, unfortunately, not able to outpace his natural regeneration without some form of counter to his natural regeneration. Which is exactly why I have Prevent Monster Heal and Open Wounds and even the Vine, the Poison Vine. All of it is supposed to help with the, you know, countering the regeneration. I mean, we handled Uber Duriel like he was nothing, and he had a cold attack. So I can't imagine that the cold attack is really all that ridiculous. Should have brought some scrolls to Town Portal with me. But I didn't. Is there any open wounds on a helmet? Because I could potentially replace the girl's vamp gaze with a helmet that has open wounds on it. I don't know if that would be a viable option. She can apply open wounds, but it would have to be a helmet with open wounds, which I don't even know if... I don't even know if there is a helmet with open wounds on it. Something weird is going on with the sound. It seems like I broke the sound of the game. Only like some sounds are playing. Most of the sounds have stopped playing entirely, which is very strange. Must have something to do with all the minions and everything else. There is no open wounds. There is no open wounds whatsoever on a helmet. Except for Cerebus Bite, which is a Druid pelt, obviously. Alright, we seem to have broken the game. I don't know what's going on with the sound, but all sound has just ceased. No, you can do Deadly Strike in a helmet. The Blood Helmet is Deadly Strike. G-Face doesn't have any open wounds on it. I just checked. There is no open wounds helmet.
What do you need?
This guy's biggest issue is survivability. He can't freaking survive to save his life. Boy needs a Phoenix shield or something. Alright, we only have 3 more keys. Let's see what we get. I'm kind of curious how the hell he'd do an Uber Tristram, but I think I already know the answer to that. It's just that would just be a slog. So we got Uber Duriel again. Let's go make sure Uber Duriel wasn't a fluke. So P8.
What is it?
Has a box. Oh, yeah.
That's the felt pads for my Chinchilla cage. For the Chinchillas. There we go. We got amp up. Let's get the open wounds running. Resummon as needed.
An amp proc at the beginning was nice. He freaking shatters him sometimes. He's already at half health, which is freaking pretty amazing, to be honest. Trying to make sure he's got open wounds on him. I suppose I could also do that like this and not risk myself. And from the safety of, you know, like, not being within his Holy Freeze aura.
Pew, 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 pew.
He still has amp up. Oh, no, wait, never mind, I just went down. Let's see if I can get them to proc amp one more time. There you go, pretty easy. Only took me risking my body.
My body. My body. And he's dead again. Honestly, that's pretty dang impressive killing Uber Duriel on P8, like, with this particular build, a Thorns build. I mean, yeah, the wolves are dishing out some damage, so they've got some damage themselves, and so does the bear. But I'm pretty sure the majority of the damage is actually coming from the spirit of the barbs. So let's calculate it out what kind of damage we're looking at here. So to do this, we've got to actually look at our damage. Let's look at it right here. So we currently have, according to our list here, 2,031 attacker takes damage up. All right. So let's pull up a calculator here and let's start working some of this math. So 2,031 attacker takes damage up. It's all physical, by the way. With amplify damage up on the target, if they're going down to negative 100%, which we don't know what they're at. Let's assume negative 50%, so we can add 50% to that, which means it's more like 3,046. We also have the Thorns, which is level 36. So we need level 36 Thorns information, which is kind of hard to come by. Let's go to Amazon Basin, which has all the levels. Now, the reflect is a little bit different than the damage output, but according to this, we should be looking at, with level 36, is a 1,650% reflect. So if they hit you, they're going to dish out a pretty serious amount of damage. Let's look up Uber Duriel as an example, and let's see how much damage Uber Duriel does. So looking up Uber Duriel's numbers here. Alright, so according to this page right here, Uber Duriel has a melee attack that hits for 468 to 494. So if we take those two numbers and we add them together, we get 468 plus 494 equals, divided by 2. It's an average damage of 481 plus 1,650%, which means it'll return 8,417 plus the 3,046. Or actually, hold on. This is physical damage as well, which means that if he's amped, it gets multiplied as well. So let's assume that he's negative 50%. So plus 50% for the amp. And then plus 3,000, what was it, 3,046. So potentially every single time he hits a target, he is taking about 15.6k per time he bops one of my minions. So every time he bops a minion, he's taking about 15.6k damage. According to the list here, he has 650,000 to 660,000 HP, which means that if in P1, I'm assuming this is P1, we could divide that. So let's just say 15.7k just as to round it up. So 660,000 divided by 15.6k, so 15,600. All right, let's do 700. So we're talking about 42 times he's got to hit himself in the face, basically. So 42 times of him hitting himself in the face, essentially, is going to lead to his death in P1. In P8, his HP is multiplied by, was it 450% or whatever? So 660,000 plus 450%, which is 3.6 million, divided by 15,700, is about 231 bops in the face. So about 231 bops in the face in P8, which is probably about how much it actually took for him to die. In P1, it's only about 42. So he is actually taking a pretty massive amount of Thorns damage. He also has another melee attack, though, and I have no clue what the hell that one is. But he's got two different melee attacks, so one of them is stronger than the other, which means that this weaker one is going to reflect less damage than this stronger one. So whatever's going on there. According to this, he has a 50% damage resistance. So yes, he will be at negative 50% with amp up on him, which is rather interesting. So I mean, like, theoretically, the build works. Like, I'm gonna say that it's a success. It actually works pretty damn fast too. And in P1, he freaking rolls through stuff. Somebody in chat actually made a comment. They said, anything is easy when you give your character the best items in the game. LOL. That's actually not what's going on here. So when you build a character like this, theoretically, that is supposed to have a very specific function. So with this one in particular, we're trying to build a Thorns character. A character that can very specifically use Spirit of the Barbs, attacker takes damage of, Thorns, all that kind of stuff. The entire idea is to build a character around the Thorns and to try and make that work. I mean, yes, you could build a character any number of ways. But the general idea is, can I build the character this specific way? Does this specific character work? And as I said in the beginning, yes, this equipment is expensive. Like, obviously, you're not going to have summon plus 40 life skillers. You're not going to have 20 all-res 5s. But theoretically, the build does, at this particular point, it does work. And we've not only proven that it works in P1, which it demolishes P1, we've proven that it works in P8, and also that you can kill frickin' P8 Uber Duriel and frickin' P8 Uber Diablo, which I feel like makes this build a success. Now, was it quick? No, it was not the quickest P8 Uber Diablo or the quickest P8 Uber Duriel kill known to man. And there may be some things that I could do to expedite things a little bit. I'm not entirely sure I've got everything optimally set up. The Enigma was kind of a bad choice. I think I might be better off with something else, like maybe Chains of Honor. The helmet is a theoretical item which could potentially exist, but good luck finding it, so you'd probably be ending up with something a little bit less than that. Brand bow is not necessarily required for this build, but it is the easiest way to get amplified damage that will last a long time. There are other ways that you can get amp, but it's not going to be as easy. It also has ITD on it, which makes, you know, actually hitting the targets as a non-melee character a little bit easier, and prevent monster heal, which again makes it so that you don't have to worry about the regeneration as much. I was actually considering removing the Ravens and dumping the points into Poison Creeper instead. I thought maybe that might be a more interesting approach, specifically because the Poison Creeper prevents regeneration. There is that. But then again, also I was kind of thinking, because of my survivability issues, that maybe a Carrion Vine might not even be a terrible choice. Just number one, to get rid of the corpses, and number two, to heal for life. I don't know. I mean, I could basically infinitely respawn and recast my minions as they die, which is perfect for this kind of a build. And just to show you guys again, like the P1 clear speed, which was just stupid. I don't even have to do anything. I can literally just walk up here. And these guys might have already spawned P8, but it doesn't matter anyway. They'll be dead shortly. That was honestly like really fast. What did I lose? The Creeper? Yeah, I lost the Creeper and the Ravens. Yeah, I was thinking about rabies if I was going to dump into Poison Creeper, but I mean, at the same time, I don't think it's really going to be all that viable. Now, the other thing is that you can always telestomp things, so having teleport does allow you to do a little telestomping. Telestomping is pretty powerful when you have a full army like this. So, I mean, that's the reason why I chose Enigma in the first place, was because if you're going to do a summon build, you might as well have a little telestomp going on. And, I mean, the rabies isn't going to do a significant amount of damage. That's part of the problem. No matter how you build rabies, unless you actually get, like, full poison equipment and all that other stuff, it's not going to do enough damage. I've actually tested it multiple times, multiple different ways. The sad thing about rabies is that you really have to dig into it to make it worthwhile. So the rabies wouldn't be there to dish out damage. It would only be there to prevent regeneration. So, like, you would just tag it into a group of monsters and use it to prevent regeneration during the Thorns process, but it wouldn't actually really dish out any significant damage to the build. I mean, it's not really a minion build so much as it is a Thorns build, and the Thorns, honestly, is just best on minions. So, like, if you're going to build a Thorns build, you might as well have the army to go with it. I don't know, I'm pretty impressed with it so far as well. Like, let's go play around in Forgotten Sands and see how well it works on some of this other bull crap. Let's get punched in the face real quick so we can get our thorns running, or amp running. Punch me in the face. 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 I need a punch in the face, guys. Punch in the face. If you would be so kind as to punch me in the eye, I would appreciate a punch in the face. I would like... There you go. That's the punch in the face I was looking for. That's the punch in the face. Be a good punch in the face, sir, and punch me in the face. Ah, yes. The best of face punches. The amp damage is even breaking the physical immunes, which is allowing me to kill all the the hell swarms and stuff, which is pretty cool. Yes, the Act 2 Merc does have Thorns, but it's not going to be better than the way I have it set up. So the way I currently have it set up is the Mercenary is running Bramble, which is level 21 Thorns, and Edgebow, which is level 15. So I'm getting a massive Thorns from her of level 36, which I don't really think that the Act 2 Merc would be able to compete with. It's just kind of like insane between these two items. What's we got over here? There we go. Come here, guys. There we go. Some nice thorny, some nice ampy booblampies. Some nice ampable bamples. Or some of them still immune to physical. Don't be immune to physical. Don't get physical. Don't get physical. Physical. Oh no, the poison's about to kill Heather. Let me go back to town before Heather dies. Poor Heather. Poor Heather.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let's try this somewhere fun like Travancore. Curious to see how it does in Trav. Let's respawn at max level. Are we on, we're on P8, right? Yeah, we're on P8. Take some potions, Merc. Stop dying. I tele-stomp you. Oh, he's stone skinned too. I'm micromanaging. That's right, get micromanaged.
I kind of like teleporting in, because I'm trying to get hit anyway, and they usually end up hitting me.
Punk.
Can I please showcase players 1? Yeah, sure. Where do you want me to go, JP? Where do you want me to go in P1?
Alright. Where should we go for P1? Worldstone Keep? Let's go to Worldstone Keep. That sounds like fun. Actually, did I change it? Did I even remember to change it? I did not. Pits. Okay. Pits sounds good. A little bit of faster cast would help with the teleport speed, but I didn't put none of that in my build. Ooh, spicy. Amp damage on me is very good for this particular Thorns purpose. The more damage I take, the more damage my minions take, the more Thorns damage I do. I didn't even calculate amp on both. Amp on both must be insane. Because if I have amp, and they have amp, holy crap. We could be talking about, like, quad damage. Hey, a foul rune. I'm trying to snipe out the shamans. The ones that keep resurrecting. That's why I'm teleporting around like an idiot. I was just sniping out the shamans. Worked out pretty good, too. Not gonna lie. He freaking demolishes freaking players 1 pits. You kidding me? He freaking walked through this. I mean, you could very easily add in some Magic Find here or there. Like, obviously, he's using an Enigma, so he has Magic Find there. You could put on a Shaco instead, a little Topaz in it. It wouldn't be that big of a difference from the 3/3. That would be a very easy change. Obviously, you could have a Magic Find swap set. You wouldn't necessarily need to use Brand all the time, but the amp damage definitely does help the build tremendously. But you could probably get away with like a Magic Find swap set. You could probably replace the Lava Gelts with Mage Fists, so that you could, teleport a little bit faster. That would bring you up to 40% faster cast between the Arachnid's Mesh and the Mage Fists. I guess you don't really need Gore Riders, although the Open Wounds is definitely nice for when you run into those monsters that regenerate. I'm trying to think here. I mean, honestly, the build is flexible. Like, I feel like you could easily get 200% 200% Magic Find easily. I mean, I'm already running what 95% from the Enigma. I'm gonna say that this build is a success. Like, it's a pretty good success. Like, just in general, I don't really think it's even that expensive when you really think about it. The brand bow could be replaced with something cheap like a Witch Wild String. You could probably replace it with a Witch Wild String relatively easily. Throw like 2 Eth runes in it or something so that you could hit the target. That'd be pretty easy. Witch Wild String with 2 Eth runes, very cheap. Very cheap, very, very cheap. That would also give you amplify damage, which wouldn't be too much different. It would be a little less spawning, but you would still be able to get it whenever you needed it. Instead of Amara's, you could always do an Atma's as well, so you could just do a weapon and you could run Atma's. You cannot do Reaper's Toll, unfortunately, because the Decrepify will slow everything down to the point where they're not attacking, and then you won't be able to get the Thorns damage pretty much at all. I mean, Mage Fists are pretty dirt cheap, so I mean that would be a good option. Arachnid's a little expensive. The Summon Skillers don't have to have 40 life, obviously. That's just something that I have because I edited them in. So they could just be plain Summon Skillers, and honestly, Summon Skillers are pretty dirt cheap also. The most expensive part of this, honestly, is the Enigma, which you really kind of need teleport of some type to focus your army. That's the key there. So if you're going to be able to run these particular dungeons like this, you're going to want to be able to teleport your army in there, focus them on a target. Like, for instance, get that shaman down, teleport on top of each one of the shamans, knock those guys out pretty quickly. And then you can just let your army do whatever for the rest of the monsters. When you will play P8 a new class. I actually, you guys need to vote on that, actually. You know what? Let's do a vote right now, shall we? Alright, so we've got Amazon. We're only doing the classes that are left because I want to make sure I have one of every single type. So, Barbarian, Assassin, and Paladin. So those are the options right there.
I am overburdened.
So what would you rather see me do? A Paladin, solo self-found? An Amazon? I've already done a Necromancer, I've already done a Sorceress, and I've already done a Druid. So whatever you guys want to see, you know, you guys are going to have to hit the ticker. Yeah, Bow Paladin. It's already been done, my friend. I've already done it. I mean, I'll do it again. I don't care. No, I haven't done a Barb yet. Naked Barb. Ugh, you guys are so mean. You guys are so mean. You guys revel. You guys revel in torturing me, don't you? That's what it is. You guys revel in torture. I got my chinchillas some new felt coverings for their cage. I'm gonna get these installed today. They're basically fleece liners. You have to get a specific kind of cloth. You can't just put any kind of cloth in there. Apparently they'll eat it, and then like if it's a certain kind of cloth, they might not be able to digest it properly, and it can hurt them. So apparently fleece is the only one that actually works out. So it's got some fleece. I'm gonna put this on there today, actually. Some nice big fleeces. It's got purple on one side and it's got green on the other. I need to hurry up and get these on there because there's nothing on there right now. Boobus is dead sleep. Am I looking forward to Diablo 4? Of course I'm looking forward to Diablo 4. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I mean, heck, it's freaking ridiculous. We're going to have a whole lot of crazy stuff going on soon. You guys, I'm not sure if you guys know, like, or have really looked into it, but it's going to be pretty crazy, like, very, very soon. Let me pull up a calendar here and actually look at this, because it's kind of nuts. All right. So here's a calendar for May 2023, right? All right. So Ladder, Diablo 2 Resurrected Ladder Season 4 starts on the 4th. All right. The Server Slam for Diablo 4 starts on the 12th. Okay. So we've got Diablo 2 Resurrected Season 4, and that's going to be like the entire month, right? Server Slam is going to be the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th, and probably a little bit of the 15th as well, because that's how it always ends up. It doesn't like turn off until like the 15th, like midday. Then we've only got 1, 2, 3 weeks until the launch of Diablo 4. So this entire month and the next month after, and on June 1st, which is my birthday, by the way. June 1st is the start of Diablo 4, and then from there, everybody's going to be playing Diablo 4. So we're going to have a lot of fun with Season 4. We're going to have fun with the Server Slam, and then shortly after the Server Slam, we'll do a little bit more Diablo 2 Season 4, and then we're going to bump right into Diablo 4 with frickin' June 1st. And then that's obviously going to be like a whole month, 2 month, 3 month affair, depending on how much you want to play. And it's gonna get pretty crazy. Not gonna lie, it's gonna be pretty crazy. This whole May and June is gonna be nuts. All right, guys. I hate to do a short stream. It was almost 2.5 hours. I say short stream. Hate to do a short stream, but I'm gonna cut it short right here. I'm gonna go get myself something to eat. I'm gonna put these chinchilla covers on the chinchilla cage. I probably will be coming back later today. I was thinking of playing something other than Diablo today, though. I've been doing Diablo all day. I finished up quite a few videos, you know, skills and ability videos. So I've got Fury is done. Actually, Fury should have just posted, actually, believe it or not. Thank you, Barney. Fury should have just posted. I also have Bear done, Maul is done, Shockwave is done, Hunger is done, Heart of the Wolverine is finished, Spirit of the Barbs is finished, and those are all uploading, or I need to edit them a little bit before they upload, but they should all be going out soon. Some Dark and Darker, you think? We could play some more Dark and Darker, maybe. That sounds like fun. Whoa, 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 there, Kung Fu Joe. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 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 Will you work, mouse? I'm trying to... Yeah. Do your thing. Alright, guys and gals. I'll catch you later. We're going to do something else fun today, too. Maybe some Dark and Darker. That sounds like fun. Anyway, as always, thanks for watching, and keep watching.